Welcome back to another Longshot StarCraft 2 broadcast. I am your host Longshot here. I'm going to be casting this epic 3v3 that my friends and I pretty much played together, and it was actually quite fun. We actually did some different tactics, but before I get into that, I'd like to introduce the players. Our opponents is going to be Nightfork, and his ally is also going to be the Juggernaut, and he's going to be playing as Terran. And also we have Apocalypto, which is going to be the Zerg player in this game. And these three, I feel, are going to be raging just a little bit because of our tactics in this game. I am Longshot, so I will be playing as Protoss, and my ally here is Iakis, one of the Killshot favorites of the Killshot tournament that I run, and also we have KS Bad Mofo. So he's actually a good friend of mine as well, and you know what? We do see something very interesting from the Zerg player, getting his gas first and putting down a 9 pool. So it's going to be a fairly early push, probably with some speed. And, you know, I'm sending this probe out, but I do something very different here. And I want to keep my eye on this probe because I haven't seen a strategy done like this in a while in a 3v3. But maybe, you know, you prove me wrong. I'm sure there's strategies out there that a lot of people have done. But if we take a look at my vision here, look at this, the pylon placement I have here. And it's very key, the reason why I have it a little bit outside of the ramp, and I have it outside of the high ground, and you'll see why in just a minute. As we can see, I am throwing down my forge, and I am going to be putting down some cannons down here, but I wanted to get a good scout off. I made sure to see, you know, that he has pretty much another wall off going off there. So I put my first cannon right at the bottom of the ramp, but far enough so that they have to come down to the ramp and hit it. And by the time they do come down to this area here, this cannon should see the units. So, you know, and I'm kind of grouping this up here. And you can see here we do have 6 Zerglings on the way, about to do some serious harassment. The first cannon goes down. He sees this. He's probably like thinking to himself, oh gosh, what, at least I got the run by off. But see, little does he know, we almost have a good wall off from Bad Mofo and myself. I'm going to get a defensive cannon up, and Iakis is throwing up a command center at the front. So there is absolutely no way that these Zerglings are going to be doing any type of damage. But you can see that he's losing more Zerglings as he's trying to get out of his base. And I even throw down another pylon, even at this ramp here. But once again, I'm keeping just enough outside of the ramp to keep him. He has to come down from the high ground, and we see that there is a little bit of aggression here. Not too much damage being done by those Zerglings. So, you know, all he has to do is just keep it, you know, keep those supply depots up, and he finally gets his speed up. Apocalypto is about to be greeted by, what is it? A cannon at the front? Yeah, he's not going to be too happy about this. But by this time, he decides to he's going to be running back, and once he decides to run back, he is going to be greeted by 3 cannons and 2 more, and another 3 cannons at both ramps. So either way, these Zerglings are completely sacrificed, and having these, you know, try to be done, harass, you know, it's not going to be very good for him. So I'm pinging all over the map to showing what I'm doing to my allies here. As you can see, though, I'm having all of these pretty much cannons here, and they're going to be very defensive. He is not going to be able to get any of these Zerglings into his ramp. He's going to be trying to attack, and look, he loses all but 1 Zergling right now, and he's not a happy man. So, I mean, he's not going to be very happy. Yeah, of course, he's raging pretty hard. But you know what? I think this is a great strategy because this gives my allies the opportunity to actually get another base up fairly quickly. I even do a tactic where I bait them, and or actually I shouldn't say bait them, but block them from their you know, from their expansions. And of course, you know, you mad, bro? And so mad. So let's see what the other opponent is doing. He's not doing very well. I mean, all he's doing is target firing. Or actually, you shouldn't even say target firing. He's actually just losing a couple of units there. Let's see the units lost tab. Wow, he lost 2 units, 175 resources. That is not very good for him right now. So I'm actually have this probe here. I think I'm going to just rebuild that cannon, you know, or am I just going to head back? I think I'm just going to head back. So let's take a look at what Zerg's doing right now. He's building up a macro hatch. He is very, very far behind in his build due to the fact that he is not able to get up any type of fast expansion. Keeping him on this base is a very good tactic, especially in a 3v3. I do not suggest this in a 2v2 at all. But the reason, once again, is that I kept these kind of far out is so that they can't hit on the high ground. It keeps them in their base for a very long time. And we see that Juggernaut is going to be going a siege tank, but he does not have the vision. He does, but he needs to at least get some sort of unit down here to gain that vision, because I'm just out of pretty much range from that. But he sees that I'm still going to be able to target fire that Marine, and he's going to keep on losing Marines if he doesn't. As you can see, there's 1 Marine damage from just poking at the front here. And we do have a lot of Marine Marauders from Nightfork. And we can see, though, that especially in the units right now, you know, we have Iacus at 35 Harvesters. And we have Bad Mofo pretty much also at 35 Harvesters. Whereas the opponent's Harvesters count is really low. I'm just doing horribly actually in this game. But you know, Nightfork does a good job of cleaning up. But he does have a lot of units lost and a lot of resources. He has just, you know, 650. He's not able to. He finally gets his first expansion out, you know, so this will be good for him, at least trying to macro up as much as he can. But we see that Juggernaut is going to be trying to get as many tanks as possible. While we're in the background, we see Iacus is going to be going the Thor build with a little bit of Marine support. And of course, I'm just going to be going mass gateways. I mean, this is pretty much just the trollest of troll builds as you can think of right now. But, you know, look at all of the Zerglings that Apocalypto has. He has not been mining gas at all. This is a very curious and why he's not mining gas. I mean, this would be a great opportunity for him to maybe even build some Banelings, you know, to really just clean this up. But he's just going to be waiting for Juggernaut to really just kind of poke and prod at these cannons. But right now I mean, look at the time right now. It's 10:20. My allies are both on 2 base, and they've been on 2 base forever and a day now. I mean, right now we do see that Nightfork is going to be getting up his expansion, going to be saturating that as much as possible, but still we see that Juggernaut and, you know, Apocalypto is not going to be getting up any type of expansions early on whatsoever. And, you know, this really is bad for them. I mean, they're so far behind in economy. I'm really far behind in tech because, honestly, we did this at, like, really late, like, probably at, like, 2 in the morning. And I know for some gamers that's not that late, but, you know, hey, I have a, you know, an early job to go to in the morning, and, I just decided to let them know I left them a present, mainly here and here, just so that, you know, whenever they feel like expanding, they still have to take that out. But they've been in their base for so long. See, I'm starting to ping it, as you can see, and on the mini-map. And we do see, though, that Nightfork is going to be getting up. He's already at 86 food, whereas Juggernaut, he's at 65 food, and Apocalypto is at an alarming 67 food. Now, let's take a look at this huge Hellion force that Bad Mofo has created. He really wants to get in and do some damage, or at least, you know, make sure that, you know, that pretty much he's got a lot of Hellions. Honestly, it's just 1-1. He's going to be going up into this expansion here because he doesn't want to waste it on, you know, running by all of these tanks, because these tanks will do a lot of damage to these Hellions. Even though that they have their 1-1 on, you know, they are definitely going to be doing a tremendous amount of damage in this mineral line. He is going in, and look how many blue flames there are. Oh my gosh, it's like a bunch of Zerglings going into the mineral line, and oh my, I don't even see any. Oh my gosh, all of the SCVs are gone and dead. I mean, Red lost a lot in that. Look at that, 22 units now lost, 1,400 minerals or resources lost. Finally, Apocalypto, he needed to get up his expansion. Unfortunately, he threw down his expansion, and it is too far away from the mineral line. This is what I'm saying. I mean, he should have just brought his Zerglings down, took out the pylon, and actually just put that hatchery down the way he needed it to. But unfortunately, he never did that, and that really put him far behind. I'm only making Zealots right now. I'm so far behind in my tech. I'm trying to get 1-1 going. Iacus has already got +1 attack on his Thors. I mean, he's pretty much going the mass Thor build right now. He's going for 3 base now, while Mo is still on 2 base. Needs to get his gas really early, but you know what? He doesn't need a lot of gas, especially with Hellions, due to the fact that they only cost 100 minerals. And look at that, he's already at 154 food, while Iacus is like, you know, already at 140 food. I mean, let's take a look at me. I am only at 42 food, so as you can imagine, I'm really far behind, but we do see a medevac drop. Oh my gosh, this is quite a large drop here. I do see it, and and of course, you know, I'm going to send my Zealots to just, you know, try to jump up on that ledge and try to jump up and try to hit those medevacs. But look at those medevacs; they're going to be doing a lot of damage here. But we can see that I get at least 1 medevac full of something, but now I gotta get all of these probes out of here, and they're gonna be doing a lot of damage to me right now. We do see that the Thors are gonna be coming in. We do have a lot of damage being done on those medevacs, and oh, look at that, cleaning up with all of those Hellions. Man, those Hellions are so fast and so powerful against just melee units. But oh, well, we do have a drop in Iacus' base. It is a lot of Zerglings being dropped in. I'm surprised he did not go any type of, you know, Banelings would have done a lot more damage. He possibly could have taken out that orbital command center, but unfortunately he decided to go more of the Zergling build, and I don't think he has quite a lot of upgrades due to the fact that he has not expanded. I mean, we do see that the Overlords do have the speed upgrade as well, you know, and also the upgrade to do the drops, but not very much damage being done by Iacus. I mean, he's already floating with 2k minerals right now. We do see that Mo is going to be... Yeah, look how fast so many... you know, I understand that it's actually quite slow, but at the same time, you know, all of these Hellions breaking down rocks like this, I mean, you don't see this every day. It's just absolutely crazy. But you know what? You see Hellions break rocks, there you go. Only on Longshots broadcast, you know? So we do have a lot of siege tanks from Juggernaut. Not very many units now from Apocalypto. It seems like he really wanted to, you know, he was really banking on that rush early on, and for the fact that it kept him on his base for so long. You know, he barely has any more minerals here. I mean, we only have like 430 minerals at his base, while, you know, Juggernaut is keeping up with his macro, as well as Nightfork. Nightfork is like has been on 2 base for a while, you know, but right now we do see the troll build from Mo. He's like, I'm gonna be going mass Hellions, and that's all that I need. So, and he's banking on a lot. He's got the upgrades. He's already got 2-2 upgrades on that. I'm making straight Zealot with the 1-1-1 upgrades. I mean, who in their right mind would actually, you know, get shields? So right now we do see a big push from Mo. He is going more around with his Hellions, making sure that there is no other expansions out from the opponent, so that once he sees any type of expansions or anything, but we do see a big push from Iacus. Wow, a lot of Marines and a lot of Thors. I mean, look how many Thors that is. That is like 7 Thors. Actually, yep, that's 7 Thors with a lot of Marines. But if we take a look here, you know, he's going to get sandwiched in by all of these units here. So he needs to be careful, because they're going to come down on the ramp, and he's going to have pretty much... He could drop one of his 250 millimeter struck cannon on the ramp, but he does not decide to. You know, he should be using his energy. Oh, man, it would be epic if he does, but unfortunately, with the amount of DPS that the Marine Marauders are just doing onto these siege tanks, these Thors, the Thors are just being eaten up, but unfortunately, with the upgrades that he has, it's going to be able to hold off that push, but all of a sudden, Juggernaut brings in his Thors, and siege tanks coming in and cleaning up this Thor force, because it's not going to be pretty for Iacus losing all of that, but he is using his cannons, and wow, he did get a lot of, actually, nope, no damage at all, really. I guess he missed that, but we do see Mo going to be going in with a ton of Hellions. Oh my gosh, he's going to be able to just waltz right in to the enemy bases. I mean, look at this. This is a sheer mayhem, folks. Look at that instantaneously. Oh my gosh, do you see that? That's a graveyard full of 30. We did do a count on the last replay. 30 30. Can you count them? SCVs, and he does a scan. He's going to be getting all of these drones. Look at them go down in a barbecue. Man, even though I know that, you know, Hellions don't do really that well against roaches, I mean, he is just getting by all that he wants, but I think he's going to be losing all of this. I mean, he's not going to be able to do much damage against those Thors, but you know what? I mean, he has the ability to lose this. I mean, he's been on now 3 base. 1, 2, and 3. I mean, he doesn't have a lot going on at home, but he's mining from 2 base, like practically mined out his 2nd base. So really he's on 1 base right now. I've actually got the gold. I'm starting to build up a force here. I know I've been slacking a little bit in the macro. I mean, I completely understand that. Once again, I am just very tired, but we do see Iyakas going to be floating over his command center trying to see if there's anything over in this area, and I don't believe he sees anything. You know, he does know. Oh, he does know that there are units there, so he knows that there's something going over there. So I just decided to send some units with him, but a lot of roaches are going to be barreling down our centerpiece right here of these rocks, and hopefully Bad Mofo's supply depot wall will hold just enough to keep these roaches out for us to come back and do a flank position. But unfortunately, it's not going to be able to do any type of flank position because right now, you know, he is losing all of his Marines and Thors, and now the roaches are in and going to be able to do a lot of damage in our bases. And Iyakas is going to be losing quite a bit, but I got my speed lots, but you know what? I found the speed lots are not so good against Thors. I really do need the Immortals to do great damage against the Thors and tanks, but the roaches are just going to be bunker down, and we do see that the siege tanks are now sieged up with a lot of roaches barreling down on these Thors. They have the 3 attack upgrades. Ooh, doing a burrow. Very nice. Going to be healing up a little bit, but there is a detector, which was a missile tower, and you know, it's not going to be good for Zerg to pretty much do anything else. But we did see Mo wisely take out his base when he saw that push and get out of there so he can save everything. Right now, my job is to solely take out these tanks. I need to get rid of these tanks, and there goes the one there, and I need to get this last one. Oh, I totally missed out there. But I'm pretty much mining from the gold. I'm doing fairly well, not too well, but Mo decides, thank you for the Mo for the ping, even though I know he's not here, but he's here in spirit. He is going to be roasting and toasting all of those Marines. All of them just go down in a blaze of glory, and he's just going to be able to do he's just keeping them in their base. And that's one of the key factors about this strategy is that you, first off, hinder the opponent from moving out of their base, by giving your ally the opportunity to macro up to base and actually bolster their economy. And once they do that, then you go back and start teching up while they do big pushes and attacks, because that keeps them. But we do see Juggernaut. He really is trying to risk it now, and we do see Bad Mofo floating over Juggernaut's orbital command center. And you know what? Apocalypto is not going to be doing anything with these roaches just yet, because we do have a large Marine Zealot force with the Thors going to be doing quite a lot of damage to these roaches. I mean, these roaches only have 1 upgrades, and I have 1/1/1 upgrades, and Mo has 3/3 upgrades, and the Thors have 3 attack upgrades. I mean, it is absolutely insanity. I mean, all we need is just a scan to see these roaches. Oh, he throws down the scan. Look at that. Catching a few of them off guard. And my Zealots are just going to be walking right over them. So we do see Juggernaut decided to leave a supply depot for us. Thank you for the free food, Juggernaut. Really do appreciate it. But right now we do see that he's going to be defending off his pretty much gold here with all of these Thors. These Thors have 2/1 upgrades, which is really good. But unfortunately, our composition is not really the best type of composition to really deal with this. But with the fact with the Thors in the background and the Marines at 3/3, they're just going to chew through up this Thor army and really do a lot of damage. But the roaches are going to be coming in from a flanking position, and the Thors are going to be caught off guard. Oh no, I think the Thors may be able to take out this roach army, but you know, we need to keep the pressure up by scanning, making sure that we have detection over those roaches, and putting in a few more Marines, just taking out them all, and there they go. Right now, Red is just chilling with the Marauder army. He's just going to be just kind of waiting. He should have been engaging. That's the one thing in team games you really have to be wary of, because if you don't have something that pretty much a group army. You really need to group up all 3 armies together and to do one big push, unless you're going to do some sort of harass tactics. Now, if you decide to do those type of harassment tactics, then more power to you, because you know what that will do is it'll give the opportunity for the army to be out of position. But Iacus is going to be going up into Apocalypto's base with his forces, while we do see that Nightfork is going to be doing a lot of damage to Iacus' base. Iacus is going to be able to lose that, but we do have Iacus going to be pushing up into Apocalypto's base, and he's going to be trying to take out also Juggernaut's base as well. But the roaches are going to be trying to get under these Thors and try to snipe one of them, but unfortunately, they do get one, but the siege tanks are on the low ground, with the Marines actually giving vision to those siege tanks, but the Thors are just too heavy to tank, and the Marines with 11, well, I'm sorry, 11. Ha, that's right, they have 11 upgrades. Oh! So, because they're that awesome. So, we do know that Nightfork does have, poor Apocalypto. He does leave. He does not have much left in his base. He's got a lot of overlords, but we do see that Iacus is going to be keeping on pushing up against Nightfork, and unfortunately, I believe this is coming close to game, because my Zealots are trying to come in with a 222 upgrades. That's right. They're going to be coming in and trying to take out everything. But unfortunately, I wouldn't suggest trying to take out a planetary fortress. But with upgrades, that is a high possibility. But look at the Hellions. I mean, they're going to be doing so much damage to these SCVs, and the SCVs all go down. Oh my gosh, just in a blaze of glory. And that's going to be pretty much cleaning up everything. I know that I didn't do much in this game. I mean, I am getting my 333 upgrades, but you know what? I think that it just shows that this type of strategy is solely dependent upon teamwork. And you know, in team games, I know not a lot of people don't really play team games, because sometimes, you know, you get rushed in, or you can get frustrated very easily due to the fact that if you have not good teammates to support you, or to you know, go in when you need to attack. So I always say, you know, try to find a couple friends. And also, I actually learned this from a good friend of mine, that, you know, when you are learning like a new build or something like that, try it in a team game and just feel it out. I mean, I know team games aren't supposed to be serious or anything, or, you know, some people do take it seriously, but at times, you know, I would also suggest just go out, play a team game, and like try a new build out, like, you know, Zealot Archon, and just see how it feels out. You know, I know that the timings are going to be completely different in team games as they are in 1v1, but at the same time, it's always good to just try something out, you know. But once again, you guys, thank you guys for watching, and I appreciate all of the, you know, high fives that I get out in the internet land. And so, you know, I will be back on board doing some more videos. So once again, thank you for watching, and I'll check you guys next time. Peace.